Well, after a multiplayer game, I was gonna, of course, do this game. Yeah, this publisher's been around for a while. I wonder if it's beneficial to be a game developer or a game publisher. I feel like a game publisher, not game, punisher, game publisher would be beneficial because game developers now the developers have to be live service games like all the time and battle passes. I guess individuality in game developing wouldn't be that high, or there's not like a. Well, let me put it this way. Well, let's just actually get started. So, welcome to part 3 of the Talos Principle. Let's get, well, I guess, solving and be philosophical. Well, you get the idea. Philosophy. Philosophical. Philosophical. There we go. Alright. Good. I kept that short. Right. There is another, like the DLC since I had the complete package, which is awesome. Alright, let's continue. And I think this is the perfect game, since this is technically by an indie game developer. And I don't say that in quotation, this is by an indie game developer. Ah, that's a lot of 1 and 0s. That's clever. Clever developers. But that's what I mean. We live in a society. We live in a society. Thank you, Joker. But like I'm saying, live service games and battle passes are dominating the video game society. Unfortunately for the worse. I mean, live service games are okay for starting games, but now it's in everything, even single player campaigns. That doesn't really need to be there. And battle passes are part of single player games too, which really doesn't need to be there. But that's kind of our society now. I mean, live service games can work for if it's like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and the list goes on. But case in point, Redfall, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and that's a long list. Oh, that's a long list. But yeah, when you really think about it, if you've been a gamer like way back in the day, or just kind of modern, at a point you do want a narrative-driven single-player story, or you want a multiplayer not to just be to have a single-player campaign. I mean, where's the individuality that developers want to do, but they can't do it? I mean, case in point, Last of Us Part 2. You know how many years it took for after Last of Us Part 1 got finally finished? It took a very long time for Last of Us Part 2 to come out. But it's just the fact that when we want single-player campaigns and single-player narrative-driven, you have to wait so long for it to even come through. But I digress. I feel like that's just being a horse with the... pretty much being a dead horse with a stick. That, you know the expression. It's never going to change. Live service and battle passes, that's what sadly sells. But it depends on the game. You see what I mean? Okay, cool. I just wanted to acknowledge that and kind of talk about it, because one of these days I'm going to go into in-depth and kind of give you my 2 cents about it. Wait, let's read this audio diary. Yeah, I very much enjoy this game. I can't wait to play Talos Principle 2. I don't have the game, but I can't wait to try it out in a trial, because the Talos Principle is just kind of one of those unique titles that people don't play, but people have heard of it. And people are, of course, playing the sequel if basically you've seen reviews on Talos Principle 1, like, hey, I'm gonna check this out. Those puzzles are too hard! Or, I don't get what they're talking about. No, it's supposed to be, philosophy. It is philosophy, Aristotle, Socrates, you know, the philosophy that Matrix just wouldn't shut up about. But it kind of absolutely worked for that. But yeah, this is philosophy in a very organic and natural way. And so it fits the world, and it really adds to the world building. Nothing just feels. And I like that the storytelling is great, absolutely, because it respects your intelligence. It doesn't spoon feed you stories, not like some games. It lets you piece it together and wants you to kind of like formulate your own theories. It's very engaging. Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's read this. Alright, so this is from Frank Nagatai to Miles Nagatai and Dan Nagatai. Ian! My first day at the Institute for Applied Neomatics on the way to work. I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they are all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walked in. Make sure I'm recording. And right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Neomatics, Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. I love it. Jeff Goldblum. Alright, Dr. Sarah High shows up, smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the Institute was founded. She says, NN? In pen? In Pano? It sounded weird. Well, it all sounded stupid, but we just didn't want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. Well, geeks rule the world. After that conversation, I wasn't so scared anymore. You know, it's kind of sad. Not all companies are that friendly. Sometimes companies can either be like exploitative, or companies just want to pretty much work you till you're pretty much a skeleton. You ever hear the, sweat, blood, and tears that you actually bring to a company? That happens too many times. But anyway, next one. The Athena analysis. Note 1. Novel's first sentence, she woke up in an impossible place knowing nothing, signifies more than the beginning of our amnesia-based mystery. Though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory, rather while taking the science fictional novice at the core of narrative at face value, we should redact it. Note 2. Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our subjective law limited, in parentheses, senses tell us. Bunch of numbers. Social reality, belief, and objective reality, matter, come into conflict. Note 3. When in Chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on the redacted, a more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... Are they talking about the Greek mythology Athena? Because everything in terms of its architecture seems Greek. I know my main character is a robot, and this one narrator who's trying to guide the robot is trying to be God. But it's not God. There's only one God. There's only one God, and there was Jesus Christ. There we go. Okay, so... Talos Principle test. Well, great. Okay, so... Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or the Talos Principle, or as they say, he was creation of his fitness? I know I mispronounced that. What we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which was some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flaws in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not, then, say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man. He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of his constructions and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow the man may also be seen as a machine? That's pretty deep. This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Hmm. So the Talos principle, is it like a project, or is it like, is a machine human? No, but yeah. Okay, so of course I'm gonna look at a walkthrough because A, I want to make sure I solve this, so you know how it is. And I already have the audio log, which was right over there, and I might have did that in my part 2 since it's a part 3, but yeah, we'll hurry up. I found a neat Easter egg too. And if you see my part 2, once I get my playlist updated, once you see part 2, and this one's going to be different from part 1 and part 2, because back then, it was in 720, and I'm in 4K, so you're going to definitely see the upgrade to better quality. And I have a better mic, compared to what I had before. I think it was the system I was in, better graphics. I have pretty much more confident compared to when I did my part 1 and part 2. I will admit that. Huh, QR codes. Hmm. Alright, more reading again. I don't mind doing reading. I know I don't have, like, the reading voice of a British person, or just basically that voice that would make you fall asleep. But hey, I think it's pretty much a natural voice. I think it's pretty, my voice is pretty good. It's not annoying, but it's not grating. And it's not like, kind of like hit me. No, I don't know what's the word to describe it. My voice is not annoying, it's not grating, it's not whiny. There's a long list. Anyway, airlock. Okay, so a bunch of numbers. That day I off remember when from sleep I first awakened and found myself reposed, bunch of numbers, under a shade on flowers, much wondering where and what I was, whence thither brought, and how. An error, unknown error. Huh. Alright, looks like an HTML. Topic 3. One day you discovered that you're not... Okay, one day you discovered that you're not a human being, but a machine. Your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. Are we talking about my character, or are we talking about someone specific? That's intriguing. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves, but you're actually a robot. Or not organic, is what they're trying to find. You could continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. A. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? B. Does your understanding of the world itself change? C. Do you reveal the information to others, or do you keep it to yourself? Why? 1,500 to 2,000 words. The 26th is the final deadline. No extensions will be granted. Submit via email or bunch of numbers. Are these coordinates or something? The human machine. So, no, I'm actually thinking. I like a game that actually makes me really go into like philosophy, or really makes me do a deep dive on the human psyche, or it's kind of like machine AIs. Well, anyway, yeah, the human machine. So was it written by a machine? Because I know the Turing test that I played like a while ago before I left PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Yeah, it tried to talk about like if a machine was human, and they did a bunch of tests of what natural human reactions would be, and then they mentioned the theory of Chinese box, which was a fascinating theory too. But this one is talking about if a machine was created by a human or just created, would they be considered human if other people sees them as a regular human being, or basically they would be, I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, the human machine. So is it more human just because of its mannerism of acting like human, or is it more machine just because it was created by a lab and it's clearly defined as a machine? That's the kind of stuff that I like diving into. Yeah, I'm gonna really think about this one because I think it's appropriate and it's called the Talos principle. Obviously, I want to talk about it because it's doing calculations, and machines always do calculations of what is expected, like a calculator. Machines are kind of like calculators, but the more that human psyche, mind, and just like engaging with the machine, teaching it to be human, the more human does the machine does come over years. That is nothing that has been not touched on in terms of theory. I think pretty much machine and AIs have been touched like for decades now. So whenever a game or just anything in general, any form of media goes into that kind of like in terms of a philosophy way, or just kind of like in a natural kind of like, oh my gosh, that's a scary thought, but that gives you kind of like an interesting topic to talk about. I just find that fascinating, all of that. Anyway, 18 minutes. Let's move on. Alright, so this is from Bob to 108 recipients. My gosh, dude. Okay, I think he's saying Garg or he's pissed. I can't tell. All these calm people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reservoirs of serenity. Though these later day, I guess, Gautamas, are at least being somewhat realistic, you know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they going to do? Shoot? Okay, that's redacted. Though I have to admit, the overall response for it has been much better than I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if it wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure out something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. Okay, so he's talking about Earth, and it sounds like it's like almost in the vein of Horizon Zero Dawn. Spoiler alert for Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn had a kind of like a planetary, what they call it, apocalypse. They absolutely had apocalypse because, robots. Spoilers for Horizon Zero Dawn. The robots took over the planet and they used the humans as biofuel, which means they ate the human and turned them into actual fuel, like a sustenance. Robots eating them like freaking Matrix, like those. I don't know if they were called the Centennials. It's been so long since the Matrix. But they turned human into biofuel. That's a scary, absolutely terrifying thought. So, I think this is kind of like a planetary apocalypse too. Maybe it's something nuclear. Maybe some nuclear bomb, the way he's applying it. I don't know. It seems like on the level of Horizon Zero Dawn, but I'm not sure. I like speculating. That's my whole stick whenever basically do this stuff. What anyway. But the Talos principle is for specific people, and I think it's for everybody. If you have a love for philosophy or kind of sci-fi stuff like this, or puzzles with a little bit of puzzles too, then the Talos principle is going to be your kind of jam. If you don't care about philosophy or puzzle games, then this is not going to be your type of jam. I can honestly say that. Okay, so time to this. Alright, so suicide mission, we have to grab... tongue-tied. Actually, no, it's clearing my throat. Okay, so there's a puzzle. So according to the walkthrough I'm following, because my gosh, this are like tough puzzles, to a degree. what we have to do is grab a jammer. And it's on the left side. So let's go grab it. There we go. Okay, so now we have to use it to disable the barrier. Where is the barrier? That means it's nearby. Ah! And there we go. Okay, so we have to do it to disable the barrier. And then we have to let the droid out. Oh boy! Okay, so... Okay, so we have to... So once we grab the jammer, then we have to let the droid out. And then it should, in theory, hit the turret. At least I thought so. It's supposed to activate? I thought this was supposed to activate. Okay. Okay, so we had to... Somehow, we gotta get over there. Run! Oh, I killed it. Well, that was a fail. I guess we're supposed to plug this in. Alright, the jammer is definitely something we can do. We can't do that, so... Yeah, okay, so we have to grab the jammer. And then the turret. So how do we activate the turret? There's gotta be some switch nearby. And we just put this here. Alright, hold on. Alright, somehow I gotta turn this on, and then run all the way over there. Maybe we can hit two at the same time? Man, this thing's sensor is just off the chain. I just gotta spread it. Oh, come on. Go! Oh, that's wrong. I feel like it's not that hard. Where's that turret? Ah. Yep. Okay, now I actually figure out what to do. Okay. Jam it, and then turn it on. Okay, we gotta be careful. Yep, absolutely. Suck it, turret! That's for killing me twice now! That's right! Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Yeah! Ha ha! Satisfied. More than fair. Yeah, whoever said that, third time's a charm. Yeah, that can bite me. Because I saw that in twice. And puzzle solved. That was fun. That was actually fun. Really fun. That was fun. More than it should have been. Alright, moving on to the next puzzle. So now we have to go to the Hall of Windows. So where is it? Looks like a green sigil, so I guess over here? I bet this doesn't get talked about a lot, but the Talos Principal's music is it's actually really fantastic. It sets the right kind of mood, and it really adds to the world building. Is that weird to say? It's too bad, too. People are not going to actually play this. This is the type of game that only people who like puzzles and like a combination of puzzles, philosophy, and really just doing a little bit of really putting your thing cap on. But yeah, this is sadly not going to be played a lot. I can honestly say that. Alright, Hall of Windows. So... probably missed it, so let's just take a look. Maybe it's over here. Yep, okay, I already complete this. That's good. Well, it's probably in my previous part, so that's good. The guards must be crazy, which was all the way over there, which I just came from. Yeah, and that one took me a bit of try, but I solved it. Okay, so what's the next one? Okay, so apparently this, huh? There's a star symbol. I don't know if we get a trophy for it, but I'm willing to give it a try. Why not? Okay, so we have to sneak past the first droid. Like the last time. Uh-oh. Never mind. So we gotta sneak past him. And grab the jammer. Well, that gave me some flashbacks. Yep, definitely. Yeah, be forewarned, you can die from bombs and turrets in this. Go, go! Suck it, bro. Nope. 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 Haha! For science. Alright, then grab this jammer. And then I think, yep, okay, so that's how that works. Once you do that, okay, gonna use the jammer on the second droid, run past it for jammer 2, from this side, so you can pick up jammer 1, which I did, and then you'll have 2 free jammers. Disable the barrier on the left, which I just did, and let the droid come out, and grab the jammer to disable it. Yep, got it. Okay, so that's probably where... do that. Oh, jeez! Ah! That was not an actual reaction I would do. I thought I was prepared. That's what freaked me out. It just kind of surprised me. Kind of irritated me, too. Suffice to say, I'm actually really enjoying myself than I should be. I didn't need to do this, but I kind of want the star. Another thing that will probably be overlooked by people is the graphics are actually kind of top notch. It's not disappointing at all. It's okay, so wait for it. Yeah, you're not gonna get me this time. Fight me, bro. Ah. Okay, maybe if I... Ah, okay. Alright, think. Got it. Got it. Oh, of course that was a dumb move. Okay. Confound it, I actually want the keys. Or what we're trying to get. Nope. Fight me. Nope. Go away. Right. Do this. And then right here. Okay, so we want to take this jammer and use it to disable right here, I think. Nope, it's not gonna let me aim it. Ah, it doesn't let you aim it. That would be convenient if it would let you aim it through the fence, but no, I guess that would be too simple and all that. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, so what we want to do is do that. Alright, and what we want to do is let it go right there. And then run it! Ah! Made it! Suck it, bro! And we did this. Yeah, and we just ended up the way we were. Okay, so once we do this, we have to run to get the green sigil, which we already did because we already completed this. Once we do that, apparently go back to the jammers because a gate will have opened behind them and go through to find the keys. Okay, so what keys? Apparently apparently there's some keys around here. So I guess it was over there. That's curious. Maybe the keys, or maybe I already picked it up. Okay, so the keys might have been over there. I might have already grabbed it by now. Hey! Okay, so that means I must have grabbed the keys. So... go find the ladder in the same area and climb out. Okay. So, apparently it's probably behind this. That's what it says, at least. Okay, so once you find the keys, you can't leave out the purple barrier or the keys will disappear. So find the ladder in the same area and climb out. Behind the portal to the temple, you'll find a locked gate. Use the keys to open the chamber. Sounds close by. If I can't find it, then that's okay. This is something I can replay the game since I own it. And it's not like I can not come back to it if I'm trying to go platinum or something. Okay, a temple with a locked gate. Alright, so it's gotta be nearby. With the lock gate. I must have missed it. Huh? What the? Is that a glitch? Okay, I know I saw something. No, I'm not going crazy. I saw something. Like, there was like that kind of like glitch you hear, like, something's off. Like, straight up, I know I heard something. Alright, well, whatever. Seriously, I'm hearing the glitching sound. I know that sound. Alright, well... well, we found that. I guess we're done with level 2. I feel like we didn't get everything done. Huh. Did we do everything? Let me look at the board. Yeah, it seems like we did everything. Just according to this. Yeah, there's a, level 2. It seems like there was only 3 sigils. Okay, I guess we're done here. How many minutes have we done? Ha! 41 minutes. Pleasantly surprised. Oh, that's why I was gonna put 55 minutes. Well, level 2 is complete then. And apparently there are Wouldn't you guess it, like several worlds. Kinda interesting. Alright, well, let's go back to level 1. I think I'm missing some sigils. Unless we found them all. Oh, I guess we found them all. Cool. So we're done with level 1. We're done with level 2 of World A. Man, that music is going seriously hard. Okay, guess we're going to World 3. Alright, let's see what's going on. Hey, there's an eye. I see what you did there. That's interesting. Let's see what this AI feedback email says. We keep discussing what an artificial intelligence would mean to us and how it would change our understanding of the world. That's an understatement. That's a great topic, and I think we cover it extensively. What we barely mention, though, is the other side of the coin. I mean, our lives would still be what they were before, AI or no AI. The question I think we should discuss, even if it's all completely hypothetical, is the perspective of the artificial intelligence itself. What would it be like to be that creature, to suddenly come into being, created by others as an experiment? Terminator! No, I'm sorry. Also, iRobot. Okay, so... where was I? To suddenly come into being, created by others as an experiment. To have all the information about yourself, to know exactly how you function. What would you think about the world? Would you see meaning? Would you see meaning? Beauty? How would you judge humanity? Where would you see yourself fitting into the grand scheme of things? I think we should try to put ourselves in the shoes of such a being. Dear Alexandra, thank you for your feedback. But this is a philosophy course, not science fiction. That's why I almost gave up on my studies. Well, fair enough. Team leads. We're blessed to have so many people contributing to this project, but we got to make sure everyone's on the same page. Please refer to the following people when... Okay, Alexander Drennan, Project Lead, AI Module. Looks like Nadia Sarabi, that we have seen before, Institute Coordinator, Rob McLean, L Software, Trevor Donovan, L Hardware, George Jameson, Generation Module, Alan Jameson, are they brothers? Scenario Module, Bob, that we've seen before, Rokovisky, Rokotsky, I probably mispronounced it, Simulation Module, Rahia Prikamat, I know I probably mispronounced that, Aurora Calvin, Link Hardware, Omar Garib, Link Software, Redacted Landing, Maintenance Module, J.E. Harrison, Diagnostic, I don't know, Frank, as we've seen him before, Memory Module, Jarrett V. Smelly? It almost sounds like Smiley, but with an H. Son, Wei Yang, Talos Units. Wait a minute. Formerly Soma. Though not directly part of our project, the Talos Principal, I imagine. The archive team is sharing both physical and digital space with us. If there are technical issues to resolve, please contact their project lead, Arcady. I am not going to try to pronounce that. Don't worry, he's nice. Aren't they all? Okay. Strand of Stageria, 311 to 254 BC, was a great Materius, philosopher, associated with the, Paraphyletic skull? I don't know. An admirer of Aristotle, he was a proponent of empiricism and a fierce critic of philosophy that placed belief beyond observable truths. Though unpopular with many of his peers for his often Arabic personal matter, his commentaries on Aristotle were considered an important work. Much of his writing was lost in the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. I know I mispronounced some of these words. Okay, guess we're done with this terminal. Huh? Oh. Oh, that's cool. So we can access the terminals that we did before.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now, bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Interesting. Alright, so there are stars. Good to know. How many sigils are defined in this one? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the 4 we need for pretty much what we're doing now. So, sweetness. And there are some stars that we need to find too. I didn't get all the stars, or maybe I did. Maybe I did in the second level, but we'll see. Okay, so... Okay, so the first star can be found right away by looking at a couple pillars around the circular hub area. Which... Wait a minute. I think this is where I'm at. Well, hot dog! There we go! Apparently, we're looking for the Roman numeral... We're looking for 7, not Final Fantasy 7, and looks like 20 in terms of Roman numeral. So... I guess this won't be our Final Fantasy. Man, they're on 16 now. So, it's never gonna end, is it? Seriously, glitches again. Okay, so we're looking for 7. You know, Final Fantasy 7. Too easy, too easy. You know, as a kid, I like learning about Roman numerals. It was kind of like, it made you feel sophisticated, but not really. I don't know, as a kid, I really liked learning about Roman numerals. It just was fascinating to me. It's kind of a fun fact about me. Anyway, so we have to press the button near 7. Ah, okay. Okay, 7's pushed. And then we have to look for 1010, or 20, which is probably all the way over there. Okay, game, I see what you're doing here, making it disengaging. So now, we get to 2020, which is right here. Not the year 2020. Whoa! What's going on? Is it drained the water? Yeah, it is. And then apparently there's going to be something hidden. Wait, it did drain the water. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, hidden stairs. Why am I getting excited about this? Because it's so freaking cool. All right, let's see. There it is. Okay, so that's our first star. So there was definitely a star on the last one. I mean, I can always replay this, but I kind of don't. I want to see what happens when we don't collect all the stars, and if it leads to something very specific for the Talos Principle, I will replay the game just so I can find all the stars and see if it leads to some secret ending. That would be really intriguing. That's replayability. Well, anyway. So we already found the first star. There's 2 stars while I'm running the puzzle. So now we need to find the escalating problem, which is the red star. Oh, sorry, the red sigil. And there's only one red sigil, so obviously this is the one. Okay, so apparently this is called an escalating problem. Okay, so we have to go to the right, grab the gemmer from the ledge. Or is it near the ledge? Got it. Oh! Well, him. Almost got distracted. So we have to go to the right, and... well, I guess this is my right.
Here, those who are worthy may seek the counsel of my blessed messengers. But their wisdom shall not be given easily, for your accomplishments must be your own.
Okay, this is kind of blasphemous because he's trying to be like he's called himself. I think in the game he called himself God. Okay. What the?
The counsel of my blessed messengers must be earned.
Please, if anyone with my sensible ideas could read it, I could really use some advice. Hey, that's my gamer tag. Oh. No messenger will aid you until you discover their resting place. Return here, then, to seek their counsel. Well, yeah, I did notice... wait, hello? Hello, what the... I mean, look at that. That actually seems like... okay. I spent much time waiting for the designer to take my hand until I realized he had been guiding me all along. I realized that this isn't for me to seek his help, it's for me to help myself. Huh. Intriguing. So apparently there's a ledge. Did I miss it? Huh. Let's just explore this a little bit. Let's explore this a little bit. Okay, so that's where this comes into play. Okay, so we have to go to the right, grab the gemmer from the ledge. You can reach it from below, jump the barrier, go through, run to the ledge, and then grab the gemmer. Go up the steps. Wait, this is the escalating problem, right? But this is the only... yeah. Oh, that was an epic fail. But this is the level we need to be on. Wow, it's actually been 55 minutes. Been very impressed. You know, I kinda expected that, just because they're kinda aggro. I feel like they're from the Bomber family. Okay, maybe I'll go through. There we go. That should stop it for a while. There we go. That was a smart move. I dig it. Alright, so we have to go up the steps. That's a turret. That is definitely a turret. Maybe if I take it. Okay, so there's definitely another jammer here. Maybe if we go up these steps. Cool. So there's gotta be another jammer. Let's just fully explore this, speedrun this. Cool. Wait, is there another bomb? Yes, there is. Okay. Yeah, this is a good spot. Yeah, that's okay. Very, very fascinating game. It's sad, no one's really gonna play this. Unless you have played this, then you're absolutely gonna play the sequel. Atmosphere, world building, which is the same thing. is fantastic. The music is epic. Voice acting is top notch. Even though he's trying to portray God, no, that's so blasphemous. But yeah, the voice actor really is kind of putting in an A-list performance. I'm curious if he will show up in the next game. That's what my intrigue. The writing is sharp, from the audio dialogues, from the voice acting, and the puzzles are really astounding well. My gosh, I got nothing but fascinating things, positive things to say about this one. Can't wait to come back to it. This was kind of one of those really interesting ones that it's not made for everybody, but once you discover it, you're kind of like, you can't put it down because it's that real great. It's just fantastic. I know I said that multiple times, but I don't know other words to describe this. I haven't found a flaw with this game yet. We'll see. The further I play the game, what my impressions is, but so far it's been masterclass for this one. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next clip.